Hello everyone, thank you for watching this video. In this part of the video, today we are going to look at a revision of some basic skills for solving number sequences. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. The first question over here. So now our first skill that in a number sequence that we're going to look at is to find the general n term of a sequence, and then using certain formulas that is given to us, how can we actually calculate the term? So let's stick with example number 1 over here. The n term of a sequence is given already with this formula over here. So Tn equals to 2n squared plus 3n plus 1. And they asked me to find term number 5 over here. So you notice this is term 5. This actually tells you that term 5, the letter n, now is equals to the number 5. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug it into my equation, which I have over here. Right, so this is the equation, the formula that is given to me, so I'm going to use this. So term number 5 will be 2n squared plus 3n plus 1, but the number n now becomes the number 5, so I plug 5 into my equation. And then remember, there's a square for 5, right? So let me calculate this. So this will be 2 bracket 5 square plus 3 bracket 5 plus 1. And after calculation, this will be the number 66. Have you gotten the answer? So now let's try one more question over here, something similar. Now the question wants term 9. So what do? It means that n is equals to the number 9. So how are we going to find term 9? We're going to plug it into our equation over here. Okay, the formula that's given. So 2 times n squared plus 3n plus 1. What is the n? N is the number 9. So I'm going to plug it n is 9 into my equation. So this will give me, so I'm going to use what I've calculated in my calculator just now. I'm going to just change the numbers in the brackets to the number 9. And I get my answer 190. Have you gotten the answer? So if that's the case, maybe you can also try to find the answer for part C, the 100th term. So if they want the 100th term, it means n is equals to the number 100. So I want term 100. I'll follow the same formula, 2n squared plus 3n plus 1. And now the n is the number 100. Okay, we're going to plug it inside our equation. Change the numbers that we used previously. 2 times 100 squared plus 3 times 100 plus 1. And I'll get the answer 20301. Have you gotten the number? Right? Now, without further ado, let's move on to the next skill. Okay, given that the n term of a sequence, and want a term number, find n. What is this question talking about? This means that, the formula of the whole sequence is already given. So the formula is given to be 8n minus 3. Then they asked you which term is 789. So it means that I know the number, the value, after I calculated it. So looking at this, so for example, I started off with my formula. Okay, after I calculated it, the number n, the term itself is 66. What is the n? The n here in this case is 5. So in this case, like this one over here, what are they trying to tell you? They gave you the formula. Okay, they give you the formula already, and then you know the final answer. You need to work backwards to find what is n. So how do we form this equation or solve it? We take the formula, which is 8n minus 3. In this case, we do not know what's n. Equate it to the number 789. Then we work backwards. We try to undo to find only n. So which one do we need to get rid of first? We notice that 8n, this one has 8 bodyguards with n itself, right? So we'll keep 8n and we'll get rid of the outermost enemy. This is minus 3. So we will have cross over to the other side. Okay, undo the operation. This is minus 3. So we will add 3. 789, we will have a plus 3. Therefore, 789 plus 3 will give you 792. 8n equals to the number 792. Next, there are 8 units of this. I'm going to divide away 8. Right, divide away 8 left n. So 792 divided by 8, that will give me the number 99. Okay, they ask you which term is 789, therefore it's the 99th term. Okay, right, let's try one more, something similar also. Okay, but now we're going to change the letters a little bit. The next question, the question says the k term, right? The k term is 45. So same thing, they're going to tell you that the formula ends up with the number 45, but now it's no longer called the n term, it's called the k term. So I'll still use the same formula over here. But instead of writing n, I'm going to change it to letter k, because I already found n in the previous question already, right? So I'm going to change it to another different letter, so just k. So 8k minus 3, this formula tells me the final result is 45. I need to work backwards to find what is the n. So let's take a look. This is the number 8k together, so I cannot do anything to it yet first. So let's get rid of the outermost enemy, negative 3. So I'm going to undo negative 3, and I'll get 8k equals to 45. The opposite of subtraction, that will be adding 3. So 8k equals to 48. Then after that, I'm going to divide by 8. 48 divided by 8. That will give me the number 6. So in this case, which term is the number? It's the 6th term. So they just say find k. So k is equals to number 6. Have you gotten the concept? Right? If you are okay, then let's move on to the next skill. Oh, now the next 2 skills is slightly a little bit high level. Okay, determine if the term is inside the sequence. How do I know whether a term or not is inside the sequence? So for example, what we did just now earlier on, you notice we took the formula and equate it to the number. We managed to find an n that is an integer, or rather an n that is a whole number. So I can tell you that, oh, this is the 99th term, that is the 6th term, right? But what happens if this number n is not an integer, not a whole number? Then will that number be a term in the sequence? Then it will not be a term in the sequence. So what we can do is, we're going to begin with, I only have the formula, right? I have the formula 5n minus 8. And I have the term number value at the end of the result is negative 248. So I'm going to take this formula, 5n minus 8, equate it, the final result it says is negative 248. I'm going to work backwards, okay, to try to find what is n. So 5n over here together, is typed together, cannot do anything to it yet. We have the outermost enemy, negative 8. So we shall remove this by doing a opposite operation. So negative 248, instead of subtraction, we'll do addition. So I added 8. So negative 248 plus 8, that will give me negative 240. If you're unsure, please use your calculator to check your value. Don't try not to do mental sum in case you get it wrong. Then now I'm going to find n. So I'm going to divide by 5. Divide by 5. Then n will be equals to negative 240 divided by 5. And this number is negative 48. Am I going to have a term, the negative 48 term? Is there a term number, whichever, term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, right? Do we have negative numbers? No, right? So in this case, the question asks, is it a term in the sequence? Give a reason for your answer. Hence, what I'm going to say, since n equals to negative 48 is not a positive whole number or integer, okay, therefore it is not in the sequence. Okay, or rather, give me a minute, I'm going to improve my answer. Therefore, the number negative 248 is not in the sequence. Okay, we can only have a number to be in the sequence if the answer for value for n is number 1 positive, number 2 a whole number. Right, let's try something similar again. One more question over here, same formula, 5n minus 8. They give you that the end result is 483 equals to the number 483. We're going to find what is n. Okay, so I'm going to keep 5n, don't want the number negative 8. So before 83, the opposite of subtraction will be addition, so plus 8. So 5n is equals to 491, and then I'm going to divide by 5, and I get the number 98.2. This is what? Do I have something called a 98.2 term? Right, can we have something like that? No, right, that's not possible. So what we're going to write, they say give a reason for your answer. So since n equals to 98.2 is not a positive whole number, the number 483 is not in the sequence. Have you gotten the concept? Okay, so these two parts of this question is a little bit harder. It seldom comes out, not very commonly tested. Okay, but you need to know the basic first two skills, skill number 1 and skill number 2. Right, so now let's move on to a little bit. So now we know that the question over here, this kind of question, right, is to get given a formula. What happens if it's not given a formula? Then we need to find the formula. That brings us to the next page, the next question. Next question, question number 4. Okay, skill down here is they ask you to find the n term of the sequence, or rather the general term of the sequence. For your syllabus, most of the time they will give you a sequence with a common difference. What is a common difference? Let's take a look, consider the following sequence. From this sequence, from 4 to 11, what do we have? We will have a plus 7, plus 7, plus 7, plus 7, so on and so forth, right? So in this case, they ask me to find the next two terms. So I'm going to have 39 plus 7 to give me the 46. The next two terms is 46. Then I add another 7 again to give me the number 53. I believe you are able to do this. Next part, find the general term of the sequence. Now, if I have a sequence that is always plus 7, plus 7, plus 7, my formula will begin with something plus 7n. Okay, if it's plus 7, plus 7, plus 7, we will have plus 7n. If it's minus something, then we have minus something n. Okay, but the question is, I need to find what is this number in front such that I add a 7, it can give me my very first term 4. So what I need to do is, I'm going to undo, instead of adding 7, I'm going to undo, I minus a 7, 4 minus 7, what number plus 7 can give me the number 4? Oh, this number here in front is negative 3. So I'm going to have my n term minus 3 plus 7n. So this will be my term n, and that will be the answer. Okay, if you like, you can also write it in the format 7n minus 3. Both are correct answers. Okay, let's try it. Now, I already know the formula. The question say hence, so I'm going to use my formula, write down the 99 term, term 99. I'm going to use my formula, negative 3 plus 7 times n. What's the n? N is the number 99. use it in your calculator, put all the numbers inside. Minus 3 plus 7 times 99, and that gives me a number 690. Have you gotten the answer? Next one, part D. Given that k term of the sequence is, what is this? Remember, this one is the skill we just learned. Okay, this one is the number, is the end result. This is the end result, right? We have our formula. Our formula is -3 and 7n. It says the end result, final ending, the value is 116. So now I'm going to equate it to 116 and I'm going to work backwards. So we're going to work backwards to find what is n. But then there's one part of the question, okay, something that in the question that has changed it. This question says the k term. So I'm not going to use letter n anymore. I'm going to change this to letter k. Alright, I'm going to change this to letter K because the question never find n, the question have letter K instead. So now I'm going to proceed to solve and work backwards. I have 7k, so I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to erase, not going to get rid of it first. I need to get rid of the outermost enemy. This is -3. Okay, the opposite of minus, we'll need to do a plus. So 7k positive is 116 plus 3. 7k equals to 119. Then you want to find k, you divide by 7, and k equals to the number 17. Have you gotten the answer? Last question, this part over here is actually optional. Okay, you can try it. Okay, is 732 a term in the sequence? Again, we are going to use the formula given to us where we have found -3 plus 7n. So I'm going to take the formula -3 plus 7n. They say that the end result is 372. We're going to work backwards to find what is n. I'm going to keep 7n and get rid of the outermost enemy. So 7n equals to 372 plus 3. 7n is the number 375. Divide by n, 8 divided by 7, n equals to the number, it's not a nice number. I got a fraction 53/4/7, or maybe a decimal place. Then is this possible that it's a term in the sequence? Give a reason for your answer. So since n equals to 53/4/7 is not a positive whole number, therefore 372 is not in the sequence. Have you gotten the answer? So this question over here, this is optional. Alright? Yeah. For your knowledge, in case the question asks, but not very common. Right? Next one, let's do the next question. Well, this will be the last question for this video, and I'll leave you to do the practice questions on your own. Alright, let's begin with the first question over here. What do we have? We have the first four terms in the sequence 7, 11, 15, and 19. So how do you proceed to get the number? This is a +4, +4, +4. So in this case, I must definitely have the formula. They asked me to write down a 9 term. Either I can continue 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can continue adding 4 until I get 9 term. Also can. Okay, all the other method that I can use, right? Okay, let me try getting the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 19 plus 4, 23, plus 4, 27, plus 4, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more, plus 4, 35, plus another 4, 39. So I know term number 9 is the value 39. Okay, alternatively, what can we do? We can write down an expression, right? So this pattern over here is plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So my pattern will definitely have something plus 4 letter and 4 times n. 4 and because it's keep adding 4 a number of times, right? Okay, then I need to find what is this number in front of 7. What number plus 7, plus 4 can give you 7? So I'm going to minus 4, ends up with the number 3. So 3 plus 4 will give me 7. The first term 7 over here, right? Okay, so in this case, I will have term n is equals to 3 plus 4n. So if that's the case, we can actually work backwards here to check our answer. When term 9, 3 plus 4 times 9, okay, and gives me the number 39 also. So make sure that this answer is correct. Okay, have you gotten the answer? Part C, the kth term in the sequence, now it's K, right? So change the letter to K. They say the final result, the sequence is 307, the final result. So I'm going to take the formula 3 plus 4n equals to the final results. They say is the number 307. Now what we're going to do, we're going to work backwards to find what is n. So I'm going to keep this as 4n. Undo. This is plus 3, so I'm going to undo. I'm going to minus 3. Okay, 4n is the number 304. Then I'm going to divide by 4 to find n. Oh, wait a minute. Give me a minute. Something is wrong. This is the number 76. I realize something is wrong. They want the letter K. So I'm coming back here to change my letter instead of N. I'm going to change all of them to the letter K. And finally, K is equals to the number 76. Okay, have you gotten the answer? So with that, I'm going to end off my video. I hope you have some time to try and practice the questions at the back of the worksheet. Okay, thank you and have a nice day. Bye.